So I've always been interested in studying this end time stuff. So we know the end times is the Omega, right? It's the end, the Omega man. So who is this supposed Antichrist, right? So it says he will lead a rebellion against God. He will destroy the kingdoms. And history has deemed him the Antichrist, but he is known by other names as well. Well, that sounds like a guy who's got many names, each being fully indicative of his character. Here's the first one, the little horn. And who was that? That was CERN, wasn't it? Right? Cernus? Remember they said it was the horn? Quiet, Twink, you don't know. Quiet, Twink. Then you got the prince who is to come. Well, I guess we could say the fresh prince of Bel Air. The worthless shepherd. That would be the Joker, right? The man of lawlessness. The one who brings destruction. Well, we know that Saturn is a destroyer. The beast. Through careful study of the scriptures, we can learn much about the origins and the career of the one human being, and it isn't one human being, who will be a literal embodiment of Satan himself. It's not going to be a human being. 10 kings will give their power to revive the Roman Empire, which is really Phoenician, isn't it? From among them, the Antichrist will appear and become the preeminent ruler among them. Subdues 3 of the 10. So you would think 3 would be Saturn, but here it says 3 of the first horns were wrenched out. Each horn being representing a country. I guarantee you these 3 are Iran, Iraq, and Syria. Remember I told you they had to get over there? So here they are. Here they are here. 3 of the first horns will be wrenched out. Because these guys, believe it or not, they're not hip on the way that this thing's going down. Apparently, three of the 10 kings will oppose the Antichrist and his brazen grab for power. So, isn't it interesting when you look at the way the news is? It's always that part of the world that's the problem. But it's never that other little country that just sits off to the left of them fuckers that's got America and Britain legally bound to protect it, and it has our launch codes, which is Israel. Apparently, the 10 kings will oppose the Antichrist. Apparently, 3 of the 10 kings will oppose the Antichrist and his brazen grab for power. In the struggles that ensues, he will defeat them. Well, we know that he's already got Iraq. Next is Iran, and then Syria, and the new will become absolute. So, we know the horn has to do with Cernus. We know that these names are in reference to Saturn. They have to be. The beast, the one who brings destruction, the man of lawlessness. End times Bible prophecy, understanding the prophetic word. See, this is what I don't like about these pictures. Here's the Bible. And then what do? They set the cross on its side so that it makes an X. Instead of it laying straight down, they lay it at an angle. And then down here, this is all from the same page, by the way. What do we got? There's that finger. There's that finger, right? And then here, coming to Jesus. And then we see the colors. Purple and yellow, right? Well, we know that these have to do with atomic energy, because remember the video I did where the Catholic Church has a picture of Jesus coming out of an atomic explosion? Remember? Should I go find it? Okay, I'll go find it. And there it is right there. That's that picture, or that statue that they have in the Catholic Church. I think it's Rome or wherever. And that's a nuclear or atomic explosion. And here's Jesus coming out of it. You can go look it up yourself. I've done a video on it before. We know that this represents law. But when people think law, they think like police. But law of nature is another law, or the laws of the universe. So we have this color combination. And then if you remember from the old 60s TV series, Gunsmoke, this is Matt Dillon. He was the sheriff. So the color combination is the same. So here's the law, right? They're the same, the yellow and the purple, right? But the interesting word is he's the sheriff. And in law, in man's law, The sheriff has absolute power over the FBI, the CIA, anybody. Absolute. And that's because that goes back to the Arabic sharif. Because the sharif was the absolute law of the land. Nobody could supersede him. So isn't it quaint that our legal system, the dude that comes driving around in a squad car, is called the sheriff? But it's really sharif. They kind of left that out, you know, when they were giving you all the ins and outs about driving and all of that. That the Arabic sharif might have a warrant for your arrest. Isn't that interesting? So this is all, it's not really confusing, but it's confusing in the fact that part of it is written in third dimension, some of it is written in atomic, and some of it is written in the laws of the universe, and some of it is written on the laws of humanity. That's what I mean. It's not just one story. It's a bunch of shit. I must say I'm absolutely right about the atomic stuff, because even though I don't like to use the Vatican and their crap, they have an atomic Jesus. I didn't even know about that thing until I ran across it after I had already made the assertion that this whole thing had to be atomic. So this here, really, that right there, really should be I don't know if I can get it. No. It's really, this is the Big Bang, the white behind it. And then the colors that follow out. Remember I showed you? So boom, that's representing life. That white is. It's such a game they play here. Where the shit is feeding down from, I do not know. But the color codes don't lie. This is why you have to look at things and study them and don't take shit for granted. But this over here, subdues 3 of the 10 kings. I guarantee you that's Iran, Iraq, and Syria. I told you they have to get in that area because they want this. They want this explosion. They're using this name, unfortunately, to get the Christians to go over there and help kill those people and enforce this. And enforce that. Their law, not the law of the Father, but the law of these assholes that want to get in there and take that property. And so they're going to do it through hook or crook, but they're going to use it under the guise of law. This whole thing reeks of what we would call the quasi-Jews, the man of lawlessness, the worthless shepherd, the one who brings destruction. They've done all of this stuff. You know, so the colors don't lie. The colors don't lie. This is why you have to sit down and you have to think. You have to think and look at stuff. They got guys over there blowing little kids' brains out because they honestly believe they're doing it for God and for the United States. That never once stop and think that you're going to be held accountable for that shit. You can't kill people. Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. I guarantee you those 3 countries they're talking about right there, Iraq, Iran, Syria. Absolutely. All you got to do is watch the news, watch the rhetoric on how they're the evil of the world.